everybody, this is Soldier Hard, and welcome to the American Warrior Radio, 1300 on your AM dial, WMEL, and online at 1300WMEL.com.
With the radio?
Or speakers.
You got questions? Garren and Glenn have answers. Pick up the phone and give them a call. Tell them Soldier I sent you. 321-631-1300.
Welcome to another exciting edition of American Warrior Radio, the place to be for news, notes, interviews, and current events for all issues military and veteran related. If you or someone you know has ever worn the uniform of the U.S. Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines, Coast Guard, or National Guard or Reserves, you've come to the right place. American Warrior Radio, right here on the Talk to Me station, AM 1300 WMEL, sponsored as always by AVET Project. This program, as you all know, is all about supporting our troops and their families, both past and present. So please get comfortable, grab a cup of coffee, maybe a pen and paper, because as always, Glenn, we like to bring important information to our listeners. And with that said, let's get this show off the ground. As you all know, my name is Garren Glenn. I'm the president of AVET Project, an Air Force veteran and retired legal advocate for veterans. But as always, I never fly through the airwaves alone.
Good morning. I'm Glenn McGuffey, manager of your Brevard County Veteran Service team, and I'm also from the Air Force, let's say. I'm retired from the Air Force, so we got a couple blue suiters shooting at you today. As usual, we've got a very exciting program, very informative.
Yes, we do.
Talking about some special events coming up here today, and I think one of them is coming up here pretty soon. What's the date of this thing?
The first one is the February 22nd event we're going to talk to, and we've got an interview we're going to conduct here. Julie, are you on the line?
Thank you for having me.
Well, thank you for joining us. We have on our phone right now Julie Clover, Director of Business and Membership Development for Community Credit Union. That's a local credit union, but you folks are doing some interesting and unique things for the veteran population. That's what we wanted to talk to you about today. Can you tell us a little bit about the event that Glenn mentioned is coming up here shortly?
Yes, on Wednesday, February the 22nd, from 10 a.m. to 12 p.m., excuse me, and 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. at the Tycho Warbird Museum, we're having a Veterans Aid in Attendance and Survivor Spouse Benefits program. This is a program designed for you or loved ones that are wartime veterans over 65 that are disabled. You may be eligible. This is a benefit program to help for non-reimbursed medical expenses such as doctor bills, hospital bills, facility care, home health care, prescriptions, and medical devices, and also insurance costs.
Okay, now Julie, you keep saying program. So now, is this a seminar, and who's invited to this?
Everyone is invited, whether you're a veteran or a spouse or maybe a child of a veteran that would like to hear more about it. We have an attorney, Robin M. Peterson. He's an attorney from Estate Planning and Elder Law Center of Brevard, as well as Bud Nickel from Retirement and Lifestyle Planning. And it's a free event. There is no cost. There is no obligation. This is not a sales pitch. This is just information that we can pass along to our veterans that are so deserving of these benefits.
Well, for sure. And I wanted to mention you've got an exciting venue that is taking place at also.
Yes, we're actually doing it at the Tycho Warbird Museum. There'll be some light refreshments, and at this seminar, you actually get a free tour. So it's, a great day to come out and learn about everything that's going on with the benefits as well as the museum.
Yeah, thanks, Julie. This is Glenn, and I think that it's wonderful to have events like this and get more information out into our veteran and surviving spouse community for those wartime veterans and their survivors about this, what's called in the street anyway, aid and attendance program. It's actually the VA pension program, and aid and attendance is for a higher level of care or need for help in daily living. And I want to encourage folks to remember that you can file claims for this through our office absolutely free. And of course, we're still located out in Building Bravo in the County Government Center, and you can reach us at 633-2012. That's 633-2012. But again, I congratulate you, Julie, for helping sponsor and put on this program to get the word out in the community, because it's a vitally important program, and it can provide financial help to people that make things happen, like being able to sometimes go to an assisted living facility that they couldn't otherwise afford to stay in based on their own local family financial conditions. So I like the word free. You got a free tour of the museum. You got some refreshments there. Frees are one of our catchwords around here. We like to use the word free.
That's a four-letter word we really
exactly
we grab onto. Now, the CCU, Community Credit Union, what got you guys involved in offering this free seminar?
Well, we do lots of outreach in the community, and, who better to receive some of the benefits than our veterans. We have several different veterans programs that we provide at the credit union, but, more importantly, it's just getting involved in the community, letting them know, that we are here. We're here for informational purposes, not just financial education, but, all education that can be beneficial to our community for a better way of living.
And AVET Project is going to participate in this event, but you're hosting this in concert with VITAS, which is the hospice care outfit. And I understand Greg Overton is going to make a presentation there as well during the seminars.
Yes, we just feel it's a great partnership to have, Community Credit Union, VITAS, and of course yourself make, presentations to the people there. So we're very excited to have everybody involved.
And you mentioned, I know Glenn's wanting to get into this. There's no obligation for those that attend. They're not going to be asked to sign anything or to jump on some bandwagon. It's informational purposes only, correct?
That is correct. That's the biggest word we like to spread. We know there's been other venues that this has taken place, and we just want people to know this is a safe place to come to get that information. There's no obligation, no signing up. I mean, this is a totally free event. It's just informational only, and we just really want to spread the word because we believe a lot of veterans are not taking advantage of this program. So it's just more about getting the word out.
Yeah, that's great. And is this just a walk-in thing, or are reservations required here, Julie?
We are requiring reservations just so we can be prepared with the refreshments to make sure nobody goes without. And reservations can be made through our website at the credit union.
Can you give that website out?
Yes, it's www.ccuflorida, spelled out, .org, or they can give me a call at my office number, and that number is area code 321-637-3153.
Hey, that's great, Nick. I know people just got their pen warmed up. Can you give it to them one more time so they can write it down this time?
Sure. Again, my phone number is 321-637-3153.
And that's Wednesday, February 22nd. You're offering it at two different time periods, right?
Yes, 10 a.m. to 12 p.m., and then again from 2 p.m. to 4 p.m.
And that's being hosted by the Community Credit Union in cooperation with VITAS at the Valiant Air Command, the Tycho Warbird Museum, which anybody that reserves a spot is going to be given a free tour and refreshments and some pretty good information.
Absolutely, as well as some giveaways. So we have some surprises as well for those who attend.
Well, Julie, we really appreciate what you're doing. You mentioned, just real quickly, you mentioned Community Credit Union, because I know you guys are a very dynamic organization. Big difference between a big national bank and a credit union. For the benefit of our listeners, can you break that down a little?
Sure. Basically, credit unions are not for profit. We're member-owned cooperatives, so everything that we earn, we give back to our members. Such as special programs like this that we can hold in the community at no charge.
Good point.
And banks are stockholder-owned. Everybody has to make a profit, but their profits are given back to stockholders instead of the members. So that's just the major difference between the two of us.
And how long have y'all been in the local community here, Julie, the credit union?
Almost 60 years, believe it or not.
Wow.
We're the second oldest financial institution in Brevard County, and I think a lot of people are finally starting to realize the benefits of credit unions. It's been a really good year for community credit union as well as other credit unions. So I just encourage people to take a look at a credit union. If you're currently with the bank, have the best of both worlds working for you.
For sure. We've been talking with the Director of Business and Membership Development, Julie Clover. Thank you so much for joining us on American Warrior Radio today, Julie. And again, that's Wednesday, February 22nd. 2 different seminars, one starting at 10 to noon, another one, same seminar, 2 to 4. And they're encouraged to they have to make reservations. You just call Julie at 321-637-3153. Thank you again, Julie, for joining us, and best of luck with this seminar.
Thanks, Garren. Thanks, Glenn. Have a good day.
Okay, thank you.
Great. Bye-bye.
Well, Glenn, as always, we're bringing the hottest news here on the Space Coast. And you brought up some points, though, because there's a whole lot of information out there, and sometimes people get mixed up. What's the clearinghouse? Where can somebody go and always get the straight poop on what's going on in the veterans community?
Well, again, you can always go to our place, your Brevard County Veteran Services team. We're staffed with credentialed, accredited national representatives from several of the organizations like American Legion, Disabled American Veterans, Veterans of Foreign Wars. So we have the latest and greatest in the information, and believe me, from the volume of email I get that has important changes to policy, procedures, and what have you that have important impacts upon how you do a claim and how the claim's going to be adjudicated and so forth, you need to be getting our kind of service to help you maximize your opportunity to get your claim approved. You've earned the claim, you've earned the benefit based on your service to our country, or your surviving, if you're a surviving spouse, based on your spouse's service to our country. And of course, the benefit we're talking about here, aid and attendance, as it's called out in the community, is for wartime veterans or surviving spouses of wartime veterans.
Let's break that down a little. This non-service connected pension, what are the qualifiers again?
Okay, qualifiers are that the easy way that we talked about just a few minutes earlier, Julie did, is to be age 65, have at least 90 days of active duty if you served before 1980, 1 day of which had to be during a recognized period of war. And then you have to have income and net worth below a certain level. And net worth's a little easier to figure. Is usually if you're below 80,000, you're okay on the net worth side. Now, income, you have to compute out what can be subtracted from that income to see what's countable and what's not countable, and that's where you need help like us that know the rules of engagement there and know if you can put in for the claim or not, and
so
what's going to make it successful.
A potential applicant shouldn't just throw the application down saying, oh, I make too much money. There are ways to roll that number down based on unreimbursed medical expenses and so on.
Oh, yeah, that's an excellent point. Please never self-deny yourself a VA benefit, especially if you're talking to somebody who says they know something about it and they're not a credentialed, accredited national service officer. What they think they know may have changed, or what they think they know, unfortunately, may not be correct. Always come get the correct information from places like us, and we're the only place around that has that for you in Brevard County. The last thing I want to say in that point I feel very strongly about is the VA is pushing more and more to make it where you can file claims online through the internet.
Is that a good thing?
I think it's a horrible thing because, number one, what you won't end up with is an accredited representative like I've been talking about, somebody like American Legion or Disabled American Veterans or Veterans at Foreign Wars. And without that, you have about a 1 in 4 chance of being successful, whereas you have 4 times a greater chance if you're represented. And you need to be represented because this is it sounds fairly simple, but it's not. This pension program is one of the more complex programs that the VA has, and if you do it online, then it's going to be followed by a whole bunch of correspondence from the VA that you're not going to, believe me, you're not going to understand, and you're going to need help. So start off with the help from the right place and the right folks at the right time, and that's right here in Brevard at my office.
And it's important to note that even though you can go to the computer and the VA has made it easier and easier to file claims, the process itself is pretty involved and it's pretty intricate, especially regarding this program. Someone applying for direct service connection, maybe not so much complication there, but still, you really do need to have somebody that is well versed in the law and can guide you through the steps, because you mentioned a good point. You get deluged with paperwork after you make your application, especially if you haven't done it right.
That's right. And you know, any little thing, you're going to get a question back saying, we want this, we want that.
And that's only going to make the time for them to adjudicate the claim grow longer. It's going to delay the process if you don't do it right from the first step.
That's right. And you may start off wanting to file for this pension, and after you talk to us and in the course of the conversation we get some more information out of you, it may end up being that we need to submit a dual claim. We need to submit for service-connected disability and this pension disability both at the same time. I just had one of those yesterday, as a matter of fact, and the person just came in to get the quote-unquote aid and attendance benefit, and when I looked at it, the surviving spouse was actually going to be entitled to a greater benefit called Dependents Indemnity Compensation.
DIC?
Yeah, because the veteran was a Vietnam veteran, boots on the ground, and had died from lung cancer, one of the presumptive diseases.
And you're not going to find that on a computer application.
No, that's just not going to happen.
So, but there's also another segment of people that could qualify for non-service connected pension. Why don't you talk about that? Well, you mentioned the 65 and older, they're automatically qualified, but let's say somebody's really messed up.
Excellent point. No matter what age you are, if you're found medically to be of such shape that you're first not employable, that's kind of what it boils down to. And then for the aid and attendance, there's a form that's submitted and your doctor fills it out, and if it indicates that you need help with many adult daily living activities such as medication management, cooking, it could be bathing, ambulating, getting around, just those things you take for granted that you can do every day when you're not disabled to the point that you need help accomplishing those things. No matter what age, you can put in for the pension, if you're a wartime era veteran.
Again, that qualifier comes into place. You have to have 1 day during a declared period of war.
Exactly. And then you can put in for the application, and you can apply for the extra benefit. What aid and attendance is
it's an add-on.
It's an add-on benefit above the basic pension rate, and it doesn't matter what age you are if you meet the medical requirements. And at age 65 you don't have to meet the medical requirements. The VA presumes you to be totally disabled. So by the way, I am now officially totally disabled.
Hey, the thing that we want to point out is the Community Credit Union and VITAS. VITAS has been such a wonderful supporter of AVET Project and our programs and services of outreach to past and present military members and their families, and we really hats off to them. And Greg Overton's just a swell guy. He's going to be making a presentation at these seminars. It's Wednesday, February 22nd. You got to call because seating is limited and they want to know how many folks are coming out. You're going to get a free tour of the Warbird Museum. And Glenn, when's the last time you were out there? It's pretty special.
Oh, yeah, just blow your mind, literally, to see that, and especially as a veteran, and see living history, if you will, out there at the museum. And I want to, before I forget again, I want to mention, in addition to the attorney and the retirement and lifestyle planner that are going to talk to you, and of course VITAS and the community credit union, Garren's going to be there. So if you got any questions, if listening to what they say causes you to have questions about the pension program and the application, you're going to have expert help there on top of it. So, it's going to be a good event to attend. I encourage you to attend.
I think it's going to be a blast, and the information is going to be provided. There's no obligation. We never want our listeners, our audience, to go to an event or something and feel pressured to have to do something. No. That's not how we do it here. It's a free event. I'll be there, like Glenn said, to back up whatever these gentlemen say. I haven't heard their presentation, so it'll be a first for me. But we're going to make sure that you get the right information, and more than likely it's going to come down to me referring you to, again, the County Veteran Service offices here in Brevard and throughout the 67 county network in Florida. If you're listening outside of Brevard County, you can go to any County Veteran Service office and receive free counseling and benefits advice and claims assistance from credentialed service officers that know the law and are refreshed and kept up to date with the changes in the law. And that's vitally important. But this is going to be a fun time. I want to see everybody come out. I'm going to throw the reservations phone number back out there again. This is